Amazon is now reportedly laying the groundwork for its own shipping service. According to the Wall Street Journal, the company hopes to one day haul and deliver packages not only for itself, but also for retailers and customers too. It means Amazon would then be competing with its current partners, UPS and FedEx. To discuss, CBS News contributor, editor of TheNewYorker.com, Nicholas Thompson, here to explain. This is actually something that we've already touched on as the rise of Amazon really loomed on the horizon. It sounds like, for all the world, they're coming for you, UPS. They're coming for you, FedEx.
Yeah, I don't think they want to put them out of business.
And yet,
they would like to have them be sort of small, subservient partners to them. I mean, that's Amazon's ideal world, right? They would still like all the shipping capacity you can have.
Right.
They know that there is no future where we want our packages slower. We're always going to want our packages faster. The more people shipping, the better. They would also like to dominate the business. What is most interesting to me is the question of whether they will actually ship their competitors' packages, right? On the one hand, you think they would, right? You need a certain amount of scale to get this business off the ground. There aren't enough Amazon shipments. On the other hand, it's the day before Christmas. You have an Amazon box, you have a Walmart box. You're Jeff Bezos, you're driving the truck. Whose box are you going to deliver and whose are you going to kind of drop on the side of the road, right?
Did that fall?
It creates an incredibly interesting conflict of interest. Then it also creates another potential problem. Let's say Amazon does this. And let's say, like a lot of things, Amazon's really good at it. And it reduces Amazon's costs.
Yeah.
Then Amazon is even cheaper than all its competitors because it has a huge advantage in shipping. And then it closes off its shipping business to everybody else. So then Amazon is able to drive even more people out of business, and Amazon is able to become even more of a monopoly, and then Amazon is able to jack up prices even more.
Well, I was just going to say,
really
but then does Amazon pass that along to you?
Yes,
and me, the consumers.
It does in the short run. In the long run, it takes it, right? So Amazon's strategy has always been to build scale, to build scale, to build scale, and to promise profits down the road.
Right.
We may be now finally at the stage where Amazon is generating profits. They've had 5 successive quarters of profits, which they've never done before, after many, many years of losing. So maybe they're generating their monopoly profits now. Who knows?
Okay, so scale suggests infrastructure. Is it there to do this, even in theory?
Well, it's very hard, right? So DHL tried to do this, DHL failed, right? This is a hard business to get into. I actually think FedEx, UPS, and the Postal Service are pretty darn good, right? Our packages arrive more or less when we want them to arrive. It's not like a pain point in my life at this point. But, you know, if anybody can do it, Amazon can probably do it. They have the data. They have all these PhDs sitting there studying exactly what you're going to order, when you're going to order it, and how to pack the truck. So, yeah.
We're all going to be working, or at least having things delivered from them someday. All right, CBS News contributor Nick Thompson still with us to discuss something else that's, well, big. Facebook. Perhaps you've heard of it. Niche company. Next month, it is now launching a platform called Facebook at Work, made for businesses and those businesses' employees. We seem to be running into this place I like to think of as when we become nostalgic for things that have not yet happened. This was the one place where Facebook could not exist, at least publicly, but now, is this Facebook looking to just have all corporations acknowledge, just to capitulate, we are omnipresent and you will provide us for your employees?
Yeah, I think what Facebook is trying to do is there are 2 things they're trying to do. One, they've seen how much money Slack has made and how successful Slack has been, and they would like to take some of that market share. They see money to be made. Secondly, they know that the place where we waste the least amount of time on Facebook is work. And if they can make it appear kosher to have Facebook up on your screen when your boss walks in because you can pretend to be working, then that's great because you'll share more pictures and look at more ads. They don't have our attention at work to the degree they'd like. They'd like our attention 24 hours a day so they can sell us ads 24 hours a day. They don't have that. They only have it about 22 hours a day. So they're trying to sort of get in those last few hours where we're actually being productive.
120 minutes, they will be ours. We're coming for you.
I mean, Facebook at Work it's almost an oxymoron, right? I mean, I was thinking about it.
But it's the definition of it. I'm an employer. It's exactly that which I do not want you doing.
Right, and this is why I think, in all seriousness, why I think it will fail, right? So Slack came in, what Facebook has to do is they don't have to convince you and me, they have to convince IT managers, right? They have to convince the people who choose what products the company will use that Facebook is the right product. If somebody came to me and said, hey Nick, we're thinking about moving the New Yorker from Slack or Asana to Facebook, I would be like, I don't want anything to do with that. Unless the product's just amazing, they figured out bots, they figured out search, they figured out stuff. But I don't think that's going to happen. And I don't think integration into my social network, my friend network, is actually that beneficial for my work.
It also seems like it would be the 17th or 18th best thing it would do, or at least it was set up to do. So two issues, I suppose. Facebook's doing okay. So really, it seems what they have to lose here the loss would be an optical one. If they try it and it fails, again, this would be the first time we would have those two words, Facebook and fail, in the same sentence in a long time.
I don't know. Facebook launches products all the time, right? They launch their Quora competitor. They launch their locations competitor. We don't pay a ton of attention to that. They launch their,
not paying a ton of attention and having employers collectively say no thanks. We'd like our employees to actually be working.
I think what Facebook is very good at not. We're just talking about Amazon, right? Yeah. So Amazon fails spectacularly, right? They say, we have a Fire Phone. We're going to put this on the homepage of Amazon. We are going to sell to you. And then we're going to sell to you for 99 cents. We're going to give the thing to you. And they can't get away, right? They fail just mammothly, massively. Facebook launches products all the time that fail, and we kind of forget about them. There's something really good about their PR strategy where we don't notice their failures as much.
Okay.
I suspect that a year from now, maybe we should put it in the calendar. A year from now, I'll come on and we'll talk about Facebook at work.
Done.
And neither you nor I will remember it.
Done. And we'll, and we can do it wearing our Apple Watches. Yeah. Finally, security, a huge concern in this day and age. Let's say employers say, yep, all right, come on over, and then something cyber goes wrong. How big a concern is that?
That's a huge concern, and this is a huge concern. I think it's actually a really interesting concern for Slack, right? Because Slack, you have all these conversations, and they're not encrypted. And the reason they're not encrypted is because so much of Slack's power is based on its search function. And once you start encrypting, you start making search harder, right? So Slack is really open for hacking and for some kind of corporate disaster. Nobody has done that, thank goodness. Let's hope it never happens.
Are you inviting a foreign actor to
No, and they may have
Slack?
incredible protections, right? And they may have different ways of noticing what's happening, and companies may have set it up perfectly. But there is a real risk that some internal conversation, for example, people at CBS right now talking about like guests on air, right? You can imagine just thousands of things at every company where you evaluate your employees. That could get out in the public and could cause all kinds of trouble. And you think it's in a private channel, but it's actually being stored for all kinds of reasons. So yes, these kind of workplace communications are just at the same risk as emails, and we've certainly seen the damage that can do.
I'm sure all those internal conversations are simply about just how singular this appearance has been by you. Nick Thompson.
I certainly hope so, Josh.
I think we've had some common ground this time. maybe we can try that.
Yes.
Common ground with Nick Thompson. As always,
I love that segment.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.